What is going on, YouTube? It is your boy Deska Pens today, and I got a very special one for you. So we have gone through, we have talked about the A-Team. We have done a video on each one of these pens. You can check those all out on the playlist in the channel. And today I just kind of wanted to do just a real quick roundup. You know, I just wanted to talk about each one, the similarities, the differences, what I like about each one, what maybe I don't like about each one. But honestly, there's not a whole lot that I don't like. I actually like all of them. Yeah, I like them more than I hate them. And so, you know, today that is what we are going to do. We have our little collection right here. We're probably going to do a little bit of writing. And I just got my little journal right here. But let's just go ahead and let's just slowly unbox each one of them. So let me just start with our wonderful hover pen. So I did a little video on this one. Sadly, it did not get a whole lot of love, but I think that the hover pen is just something quite beautiful. You know, this is the Interstellar 2.0. It's got this magnetic field right here, a little magnet right here. You know, it's very fun to spin. It's very fun just to pick up, just to take out, just do some writing. It makes a great a great desk pen. The refill is great. It's a Schmidt refill. I guess the only drawback to it is, unfortunately, it's not your EDC pen. You can't really carry this thing effectively. You could theoretically take this and throw it in your bag or something, but overall, there's a lot more practical solutions. But it lives, I'll show you guys where it lives. It lives right over here in the corner of my desk. Here's a wonderful wood box just over there for today. Yeah, and so it's just right there. I pull it out, I just write with it, have my fun, put it back in, drop it right there. I love it so much. It's really nice when you're feeling inspirational. This is the pen that inspires. You know, that's what it's been marketed as, and it 100% is like that. And so, yeah. So let me go ahead and just bring out the paper, and I'm just gonna put it over there, but I'm also gonna pull it out, set it right here. Boom. Oh, hang on. There we go. I like that. Okay. Let me just actually move this back a little. And then like that. Perfect. So that is the hover pen. Oh my goodness, it is so smooth. 2.0 ballpoint pen. Boom. So there that is. Boom. And then the next one, of course. Oh, dude, look at that. It's stuck to the ring. That's awesome. Okay. And then the next one, of course, is the beloved Studio Neat Mark 1. I made a reel on this thing a little while back, and people just absolutely adored it. I absolutely love this thing. It is a great EDC. The one caveat, which honestly, it's my own doing. This clip right here, so, you know, I got it a Poco clip for $3.45. It is kind of easy to pull off, but also to clip back on, which is the nice thing. But if you're looking for something with a sturdy clip, like originally the Mark 1 just comes like this, which, to be honest, sometimes I'll just take off the clip and I'll just write with it like this. I don't know why. I just like doing that. Yeah. And I love that click. I love that click so much. It's so nice, you know. Yeah. But this is really, really nice. It takes a great Schmidt P8126 refill. It can also take a different refill that's in 1.0 instead of 0.7. It's also made by Schmidt. It can also take any kind of Parker style refills. So like Fisher Space Pen refills, Parker Gel, anything like that. I have taken it and I have dropped it in here. And that is very, very cool. So Studio Neat. Oh man. And it's a really heavy pen. I misspelled that well. It's a really heavy pen, and I absolutely appreciate that. I think that the weight gives it not only a lot of character, but it really helps the ink like kind of flow down and just get going. You know, 0.7. Boom. So that is the Mark 1. I'll set that right there. Up next, yeah, let's do our Corsair. Let me just move that down. Boom. We have our beautiful Retro 51 Tornado Corsair rollerball pen. Fun fact, like the Mark 1, and I think I've already mentioned this, but like the Mark 1, it takes the exact same refill, the Schmidt P 8126 refill, as you can see right there. Boom. And it's just absolutely beautiful. Also in 0.7, I should really consider getting them in the medium point and the 1.0, because I think that'd be really cool. So hang on. Retro 51 Tornado pen, exclamation point. Boom. 0.7. Also just a beautiful design. I love the twist. I think the twist is great. This of course is based off of the Corsair plane that served both in World War II and the Korean War. It was used by the US Navy, which I think is just incredible. It's a great plane, and this is a great pen to go with the plane. And much like the Mark 1, it can actually take Parker style refills as well, which, fun fact, like, I actually figured out that this one could take Parker style refills, and then I looked at this one and I'm like, wait, can this also take Parker style refills? Turns out yes. And so this guy kind of helped me discover something about this guy. And I kind of consider these two, because they take the same refill, I kind of consider them to be like second or third cousins. Like, obviously they don't look too alike, right? But you know, they do have some similarities. You know, they both share an ancestor, you know, so that's kind of cool. Up next, of course, is our Waterman Carène rollerball pen. Absolutely love this. Very fun, you know, and the suction on it is really good, so I don't have to worry too much about the clip just flying off while I'm writing. Yeah, it's also in 0.7. Waterman Carène rollerball. No. This is the Carène. I'm so sorry. This is the, oh geez. There we go. Carène rollerball pen. Yeah, very smooth pen. 0.7. Absolutely adore it. I think it's very nice. Oh yes, and then last but not least, of course, you know it, you love it. I'm pulling it out of the box right now. We have the Mont Blanc Meisterstück in 1.0 ballpoint pen. Okay. Boom. Softest ink I have ever written with. So boom, this right here, this is the A-team, and it is quite a bit of fun just to look at all these guys. Here, I'm gonna do something with the Mont Blanc real quick. Whoop. There we go. Boom. It is quite a bit of fun just to, no, I don't like that. I'm sorry. I'm gonna put it in the middle though. Boom. It is just quite a bit of fun just to, you know, enjoy all of them, and just to, you know, kind of look at all of them and just kind of compare and contrast. And I'm very blessed to have all these pens. You know, I'm very blessed that, you know, my family, we're all pen collectors, we're all enthusiasts. We all get, you know, different pens and gifts for for one another. And yeah, and so I mean, I very much just I just love them, you know, and I just think that they're all like a lot of fun. In terms of like compare and contrast and stuff, like one thing that I'll say is that, and I also want to talk about, you know, pens and finances real quick, because here's the great thing to the pen world is that you don't need, like, if you're just looking for like a good pen, like honestly, like this sucker right here, this little round stick grip, you know, it's like, this is not half bad. Like, this writes extremely well, and it's like dirt cheap, right? However, if you're still like, look, man, like that's cool, but I don't want like a plastic pen for like, you know, the rest of my life. Like I actually kind of like what Studio Neat, what Retro 51 says. It says something kind of funny. It says, life is too short to carry an ugly pen. And hey, none of these pens are ugly here, you know, and they're really, really fun and they're super nice and stuff, right? And so I guess I'm kind of speaking to the crowd of people who are like, no, I actually do want something that's, you know, kind of fun and kind of like interesting to like carry. Like I don't want to be stuck with like a boring Bic all day. I get that. I 100% do, which is why I have laid out for you a couple of different options at like, you know, different like price points, right? Now, you know, there is there is my $10 playlist, right? But this is just for people who, you know, want to pay like a little more and have something, I don't know, like a little more defined maybe. And so, you know, real quick, let me just turn on my light real fast, and that way it'll kind of cast more like projection on them. I hope that improved it. Oh yeah, that totally did. Oh, yeah. And so this video is kind of just talking about like fancy pens at like different levels, and, you know, like I guess the philosophy behind each one. And so honestly, like if you're just looking for something that, you know, you want it to be full metal, you don't want it too luxurious, but, you know, you want something respectable, like somebody picks it up and they're like, wow, this is fun. It's like this one or this one. Like honestly, like the Schmidt refills are just something different. They're really special. They're very like compatible with a lot of different refills, right? So, you know, you have the Schmidt refill, you have various Parker style refills. You can put a Fisher Space Pen refill in the Studio Neat Mark 1. Weirdly, you can't in the Retro 51. I've tried it, and for some reason the tip just won't go through, which is fine. And so maybe it's just rounding off and it just won't let it or something. Who knows, you know? But if you're just looking for something fun to carry, and maybe like this one may not be a conversation piece, but this one certainly would be. You know, like this here, this is just a beautiful design. People are gonna ask, like I have had people ask me like, hey, what is that thing? You tell me about that. I'm like, all right. And then boom, like this is the one that I get the most conversations about. Like Mont Blanc, not as much. Waterman, no. Studio Neat, no. And this one I never carry, right? So it's kind of living in the corner of my dorm room. So not a lot of people see it, honestly, you know. But if you are hoping just to kind of have something that's sort of fun to like show your friends and stuff, like this one right here, this is really nice because the thing about the Retro 51 is like this is one of the more expensive options, but I'll say like in terms of the range, I think it goes anywhere from like $30 to $60. Like this one here was $54. Yeah, that's what's yeah, this one right here was like $54. So this one is cheapest out of all of them. And honestly, I think that, you know, it's really nice. It's like really fun to write with. Something that I don't like sometimes though is that it's not as weighted as this one, which I have realized that this sucker right here, because it's a little more weighted, it kind of helps the ink rush down a little bit more, you know, like it sort of assists gravity. Now on the flip side to that argument, because this one is like more weighted, sometimes my hand gets a little more tired writing with it, right? At the same time though, it also kind of has this like flared out grip, whereas this one is a little more tapered, you know? So again, these are just like, it's just a matter of like personal preference, like which do you prefer? Hang on, I really want to show this. There we go. Do you kind of prefer a heavier, more flared out kind of pen? It's it's nice. It's very clicky and stuff, but you know, a very minimalist kind of, you don't see the insignia on it. In fact, the only way that I figured out that this was a Studio Neat pen is because I unscrewed it, I poured out the refill, and on the refill, on the last refill anyway, it said Studio Neat Mark 1, which I think that I showed that to you guys in the video that I did on this. Maybe not though. Yeah, but anyway, it's overall though, it's like, you know, it's very, very minimalist. Like, you know, you take away this clip, you look around, you don't see the insignia anywhere. You don't see it, you just don't, you know? And so it's not too flashy, but I mean, look, it's still a very respectable pen. It's still a very nice pen. And so if you're kind of looking for something that, you know, again, you want it to be minimalist, but, you know, you want it to be high quality and nice. That right there is good to go. Now, if you also want something that, you know, is still very high quality, but is fun for conversation starters and just to have and talk about, this sucker right here, this is a great pen to have, like seriously, and I absolutely adore it, you know. And again, like the price point is like $30 to $60. So do with that information what you will. Maybe it's a lot for you, maybe it's not a lot for you, who knows. Now, so that's kind of this one. And then, you know, I have talked about this one a little bit, right? Like we were just talking about how it's minimalist, how it's nice. And yeah, and I mean, like overall, like a great design. Like here, let me show you. Boom. Like very, very heavy, very, very nice, very durable, you know, very interchangeable with like various refills and stuff, right? And like again, I put a clip on mine, but it doesn't come with a clip originally, so that is something also to keep in mind. You're really looking at this right here. This is what your pen is going to be like. And again, like it could make a really good desk pen, you know, if you decide not to carry it and not to get a clip with it, which kind of leads me into my other one, which is, oh, hang on, let me just put that over there, which is this beautiful Interstellar. Wait, no, this beautiful hover pen. I think it's called the Interstellar 2.0. I could be wrong on that, you know. But this one, I absolutely love it. Anytime I'm sitting here, I'll just pick it up and I'll just be like writing with it, you know. I especially appreciate these grips. I think that, you know, they have a lot of detail. You know, they really thought about the way that you would hold this pen. They're like, okay, he's gonna put his finger right here, like right here on this. And then this little kind of curve right here is just going to rest like that. And I can't tell you how comfortable it actually feels. Like it's a very comfortable pen to hold. Some people might disagree, they might not like it, but I'm like, dude, this is pretty top heavy. This is a nice, very like spin-like pen. And like, you know, let's say, you know, you're hanging out with your friends in like your dorm or something. You're at work, right? That's like a great place. You know, you take your hover pen, put it out, you know, put it in this nice little thing. And then boom, that's a really nice conversation starter, you know. It's very, very fun, you know. In a way, it's almost a compromise between these two. But yeah, and so that's something that's really good for the hover pen. One thing that I don't like is like getting out the refill. Like they give you a piece for it. I think that I showed you guys the refill in the video that I did, but it's kind of a thin refill, you know. And so I know that it's going to dry out sooner rather than later, which is a shame. But, you know, I can still find other refills. And it is also a Schmidt refill in ballpoint. And so, yeah, it's very, very nice. And I'll just set that right there right now. Now, one thing that I did learn from my wonderful pens right here, this guy and this guy, is the Schmidt refill. Remember how I talked about in my video that it's not the best for highlighting, and that's a big caveat. So, I tested that again like yesterday. Holy smokes. I was wrong. I was really wrong about it. Like, you leave it alone for even like an hour, right? And then you go back and you highlight. Holy smokes, it's good to go. It's completely fine. It's actually great, mind you. Like it doesn't smudge. There's none of that. It's like you're highlighting, you know, like a jet stream or something like that, right? Whereas like other gel pens have a hard time with that. You know, like a lot of Unibal's gel ink, that just has, you know, kind of a tough time with it. So anyway, but yeah, so that's these pens and that's this pen. Yeah, and then going into the more luxurious kinds, I think this one was like $200 to $400. I actually don't know how much this was, you know. It was just a gift from my father. Thank you, Dad. And he's just like, yeah, I picked this up in Salt Lake. I don't know how much it, well, I think he said just kind of throw it in, and then he just kind of got it going, which is fine, like, honestly. And like, I'll tell you what, it does feel like $400. It certainly does. And it's just beautiful. It's probably, dare I say, like my most beautiful pen out of all of them. Like, it very well could be. This one, of course, the Meisterstück, is also just stunning to look at. Like, both of these are just beautiful. And these are, of course, my, oh boy, sorry. I'm gonna put the hover pen back over there. Okay, sorry, it was magnetic and it was starting to just hook on, like, you know. Anyway, but the Mont Blanc and the Waterman are essentially kind of your, oh, wait, no, I'm actually gonna, cool. The Mont Blanc and the Waterman are essentially the pens that you go for when you're just like, man, like, I got this, you know? And like, yeah, it's definitely, it's definitely a different price point. Let's just say that, right? This one was about 600, this one 2 to 4. So, you know, definitely like as expensive as you can get, with, wait a minute. Okay. Sorry. Let me collect my thoughts on this. Let me actually think about what I'm about to say. I apologize. Okay. So, in terms of luxury brands, these two, I feel, are very high quality, right? And this Mont Blanc, this Meisterstück that you see right here, it's actually on the cheaper end of Mont Blanc, right? But it's still my most expensive pen. And it will probably be my most expensive pen for the rest of my days. Because, you know, it was like $600. Now, other Mont Blancs sell for thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars. So this, I guess, pales in comparison for some reason. But it certainly doesn't in terms of writing. And I would know because one time I went to this pen shop and they had Mont Blanc. And this dude dipped a fountain pen. And he showed us a rollerball and a ballpoint. And, you know, I wrote with all of them. And, bro, the ballpoint is where it's at. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I absolutely respect the fountain pen. I respect the rollerball. Again, I do. But, man, this ballpoint just killed him. Like, my ballpoint, I pulled it out. And then I, like, wrote with it. I'm like, no. This is my boy right here. This is the one. This is my alma mater. This is it. This is, like, my favorite of the favorites. I love this thing to death, and like I write with it every day, man, for real. It's such a cool pen. Yeah, as for the Waterman is also really good. You know, I very much appreciate its design, its look. I also like the refill. I also enjoy it. There have been times where I've tried it on different papers, and I guess there's just certain paper that the Waterman doesn't like as much, whereas, you know, the Mont Blanc doesn't care, and neither really does the Retro or the Studio. Or, well, and the Hover pen I actually haven't tried out on enough papers, but the stuff I usually use it does fine with. You know what, hang on. Let me actually bring back the Hover pen. Now I feel kind of mean. Okay, boom. There we go. Yeah. So I guess that's kind of like the only drawback to the Waterman is sometimes the refill can like have certain stuff that it enjoys and certain stuff that it doesn't enjoy. The nice thing to know though, pardon, the nice thing to know though is that this Waterman, like this pen is actually compatible with a lot of different kinds of pens, or a lot of different kind of refills. So, for instance, the Pilot G2, a very popular and a very affordable refill, that is compatible with this. If you trim down other kinds of like gel refills, I think that you could fit them as well in here. Wait a minute. That would be weird. Folks, we're trying something. Hang on. Stand by. We're gonna try it. Oh boy. I'm sorry about all the static noise. We're gonna try something today. Boom. As you can see, this is a Jetstream refill. And I'm like, you know, it would be interesting to see if it was compatible with this. Because, again, despite maybe not liking the Waterman refill as much, it's still compatible with a bunch of different things. In fact, I had these two Mont Blanc refills that I actually just kind of found. And they were rollerball, and I think they were in, like, my dad's closet, and he let me take them. Yeah, look at that. It fits. So, here, let's do Carène. Oh, that's smooth. Wow. Oh my gosh. That is amazing, my friends. Just saying, just saying. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, and so my dad let me take them and stuff, and I was able to trim those down to the point where they could actually fit. And sorry, I'm talking about the Mont Blanc refills. So okay, just backing up a little. I found 2 of them, I think, in my dad's study or something. He let me take them. I trimmed them down, and I was able to fit them in a Pilot G2, and then I realized, you know, if I can fit these in a Pilot G2, I can probably fit them in my Waterman. And lo and behold, I did, and it was great, and I very much enjoy that, actually. In fact, let me just show you. Do I have it nearby? There you are. So yeah, I got this gray, this gray G2 with a Mont Blanc refill in it right now. Yeah. See, it's not bad, but I mean, I feel like there's a lot of competition that's completely fine, and you don't need to pay 20 bucks for like 2 of these. And so for context, it was kind of sticking out a little, so I took it and I just trimmed it down, and now it can go into this beautiful Waterman, which we will now actually do. I realize I'm kind of focused up on the Waterman, but I just want to show you guys like the different aspects, because like look, like there are going to be a lot of people who try the Waterman refill, and they're going to be like, Desk, what are you talking about? This thing is fine. And look, again, this is just a man with his opinions. Always remember that, right? But for those of you who maybe didn't like the Mont Blanc refill, yeah, see, that just feels great. Carène. Man, quite a beautiful, beautiful word, Carène. I wonder what it means in French. I'll actually need to look that up. I was studying French for 2 years. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, so this is just for the people who like get this pen and maybe they don't like the Waterman refill as much. I just want to show you some different options in case, you know, you're just not in love with it, like kind of how I wasn't the most in love with it. But again, like let me just say this about the Waterman. If somebody said, hey, guess what, Desk, this pen, this is all you have to write with, and you have to keep the Waterman refill, I would still be one happy camper. I'd be like, okay, this is it. This is all I have. That's cool. I love this pen. I like the purple, you know. Usually with my pens, aside from this one, I do kind of prefer a more darker kind of look to them because I feel like it looks more professional, more cool. But man, I'm not complaining with this because it's just a beautiful, beautiful color. Like Waterman, check it out. France, Waterman, boom. Yeah, it's just, it's a beautiful, beautiful look. And so, again, I would be a really happy camper if, you know, somebody said this is the only pen I could write with for the rest of my life. And I'd have no problem with it, like, honestly, just genuinely. And so, yeah. And so, yeah, so this is it. You know, this is the A-Team. It's been a lot of fun just kind of recording this video. If you guys have any kind of questions like for these pens, please let me know. If you guys want me to do a more thorough like dive with any of them, again, let me know. And yeah, and like honestly, it's just like pens are just something that's like so fun, you know. I once heard this other YouTuber, I forget who, but you know, he was doing like 30 like great pens or something, and something that he said is he's like, the thing to understand about pens is not all the good ones, no, sorry, not all the cheap ones are bad and not all the expensive ones are good, which is true. You know, like there are definitely some pens where you're like, man, this is just kind of rough. But, you know, then there are some cheap pens where you grab them and you don't realize how good they're going to be. And then suddenly you fall in love with them and you're like, wow, you're kind of amazing. I love you. And so, yeah, man. Yeah. So that's kind of what it is basically. Like I'm just kind of going through, and again, like all these are great, and like I feel like I've been a little hard on the Waterman. Like again, I love the body, I love the look, it's amazing. Sometimes the refill I just kind of want to switch out with a different thing though, you know. But overall, I'm just really, really blessed. you know, I'm blessed to have them all. I'm blessed to write with them all. Yeah, and again, I'm at like 77 subscribers. Yeah, I've been just kind of like spamming videos all morning just because I want to like get some of these out for you guys, because I probably won't upload again until like early May. And so, you know, I just I just kind of want to upload some stuff and just kind of show you guys like different things. And yeah, but you know, overall it's fun, man. Like I genuinely just love doing this. I love talking with you guys. I love the comments. I appreciate all of the feedback. Like seriously, thank you. And so yeah, again, it's just fun, you know. It's just super cool. And this is Descopens thanking you all for watching this video. I love you all, and I hope that y'all have a great day. Bye.